if all the laws that we have in the right brain, in our perception, sensory perception, are only valid in the left brain, so what do we have then in the right brain? We don't have cause and effect. Although this is a very important thing, that we cannot identify things without it, cause and effect, action and reaction. But they don't exist in your immortal soul. Then what exists there? There's another law. The law that goes through the multidimensional time are the laws of resonance. So your whole life, universal life, works with information exchange from the smallest to the largest through resonance. And that is the whole universe. Your body, your biological functions, they are actually only working with the universal aspect of the soul. When your heart beats, let's say it was beating before sensory perception. Your digestive system started working before sensory perception. So all those work with the universe, with the laws of the universe. They don't work with your sensory laws. So your sensory laws are just a mask that you're wearing. But this mask is not giving you life. The mask you're wearing is just giving you a special sensory perception that limits you to 1 or 2% of reality. Now, we as human beings, when you act, even with your left brain perception, any action will have a resonant effect through all the 98% unperceived reality. So any action you do in the physical world will affect, let's say, all your biological functions, your emotional functions, your mental functions are all affected. So although your perception has to do with only 1 or 2% of reality, your actions affect the 98% that you don't know of. So you're affecting not just your environment, but you're affecting so many other universes, so many other environments that you're not even aware of. In the 98%, with every action that you do here. So in order to live in harmony with the 98%, we have to have a physics that connects all those invisible realms from 0 to infinity together. And we have to have a way of harmonizing all those levels, because ultimately what all beliefs have at their core is the law of producing excellence. Beliefs are there to produce excellence. What does excellence mean? Excellence means that your action here in the physical dimension brings harmony into all the invisible dimensions of the universe. So it's like giving the leadership of your actions to the universe and not to your personality. That means it is divinity that is guiding every action. So that means your action connects to the source. Every action you do connects to the source. And by that, it sends harmony in the whole universe. So we human beings are not aware that we are agents of change, not in our universe, but in the multidimensional universe. We're agents of change there. And because we have free will, we have a problem, because okay, what is free will? Free will comes when modern humanity had a shift in perception from right brain to left brain. So your focus of perception is now in the left brain, the door to the right brain is closed. Primitive humanity had the focus in the right brain. So primitive humanity, when you're focused in the right brain, you are governed by the laws of the universe because the door is open. And you have a weak free will. But that's a weak free will, but at least you have harmony. Then, as the shift happens, when the shift happens to your left brain, the door closes. Now you have free will because you have broken loose from your right brain. And when you break loose, that the immortal and mortal souls that were part of one thing in primitive and ancient humanity have now been separated into two entities. So the moment the great shift happens in your brain, the moment the shift of perception goes into the left brain, to the sensory perception, and the more you interact with the outer world, the more you shift to the left, the more you separate the sensory soul, the mortal soul, from the immortal soul. So the immortal soul has no direct influence on the mortal soul, because the mortal soul has closed the door to the subconscious, because it wants to have its own free will. And having them, there's another word for free will, means I don't want to follow the laws of the universe. That's free will. If you follow the laws of the universe and bring harmony into the world, you feel there's a higher force governing you into making you do the right thing. But the sensory ego, the left brain, because the senses have created you. The senses have created your identity. So ultimately, you have to serve them. You have to serve the senses. And if the reins are not in the hand of the subconscious of the right brain, then there's nothing holding you back from delving completely into serving the senses, whatever that brings. You enjoy serving the senses to the full. And that's what happened when the Adamic race was born. The Adamic race, you had human species all over the earth for 3 million years. But the beginning of the Adamic race is the moment that we got free will. When we got free will, that's the Adamic race. And when the focus of perception shifted, went out of the universality of the right brain into the left brain, that is the Adamic race going out of heaven into the earthly realm with their free will, and where they have to learn how to connect back to the laws of the universe to create harmony. So it's a conscious process.